Hey, fellas. Okay, the commissioner's here. I'm having technical problems again. I don't know what this YouTube video issue is here, but I'm going to run through this really quick because about 4 or 5 minutes I get cut off and disconnected and have to start this thing over again. So let's just talk about briefly where everything is, what it looks like. I won't go into a detail of the teams. That's what's taking me longer, but just as far as standings, how things are looking and rolling out. And I'll run through it real quick. NFC division, we're going to start up there at first. Bet your money at 3-0, starting off nice, averaging about 60 a game, kind of in the middle of the pack in scoring, but 3-0. So like I always say, especially starting out the season, you either want to score or win. Ideally, you want to do both. But if you're not doing both, you want to do one or the other. If you're losing games, you want to at least be scoring. And if you're losing games and you're not scoring, you want to at least be winning. So you want to do ideally both. But at 180, that's not bad. But there's several teams over 200, and that's the top echelon scoring teams. And then there's a bunch of teams in that 180, 170, 190 range. But it's early. But right now, 3-0, bet your money's in good shape. Don Mega, that old warhorse, former 3-time Super Bowl champ, kind of look like he's on a resurgence here at Chicago. Combination of Cutler, Marshall, and Martellus Bennett starting to heat it up. And that looked like that could continue. So if that does, Don Mega could be climbing up in the scoring ranks. But right now, 2-1, 180 points, right in the mix where you want to be. Killer Bees, former champ, 2-1 also, 171 points. Eddie Lacy's been out. Pittsburgh's been playing okay. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Roethlisberger. So this team is, as we talked about before, is more built for that cold weather. So they just need to stay in the mix. Get to November, December, and hope to go on a run again like they did last year. Just for fun, 1-2, leading scoring team in that division. Probably the team I would have chosen and would choose still to possibly win that division. Still has Peyton Manning, Demaryius Thomas, Reggie Bush. There's still some questionable players once you get away from those top two, but those are two nice top twos to have. So Rick should still be in the mix, and like I said, 193 points. The leading scorer in that division. No Limit at 1-2. Aaron Rodgers not having a good season. Arian Foster hurt again. Got to get those two guys consistent and got to get them going in order for No Limit to get in the mix. My boys at 0-3, 166 points. Not where I want to be, not where I was hoping to be, but I still have hope. I think I still got enough weapons on this team to start doing some things, but right now, that's not what I was looking for. Starting out, Gangsters at 0-3, 128 points. That's a long road to hope. Gangsters need a major turnaround to get back in the mix. AFC division is looking brutal. Man, the top 5 scoring teams in the whole league are in this division. We have Illmatic at 3-0 at 211 points. Off to a good start. Illmatic was one of the teams I said we should watch out for, and so far they've been living up to the hype and being consistent with scoring and with winning. So Illmatic looks like they're going to be in the mix throughout the season. Real Deal went out and bought him almost a whole new team over the last couple of weeks. And at 3-0, 198 points. So far, so good. Andrew Luck having a top fantasy season. They've been talking about him doing that for a while, and it looks like it's happening right now. The Eagles leading the league in scoring. That was pretty much assumed by the commissioner, at least, going into the season. And that's without Adrian Peterson, and Drew Brees is not really having that good of a season so far. So there's some room for improvement for the Eagles. So that's kind of scary. Jeremy Maclin looking like a really good pickup, which I thought was a good draft pick when Tojo picked him up for Bill in the draft. Then, like I said, there's a couple other players. Cordarrelle Patterson, they were expecting more out of him. Deshaun Jackson hasn't done much. So there's still some room for improvement on the Eagles, which, like I said, is a little scary. The Crusher, 212 points, puts them third in scoring overall, 2-1. Russell Wilson turned into a pretty viable fantasy quarterback. Seemed like every week he's putting up a couple of 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns, which is that was kind of the most you would expect from him last year. But last year, then he would fall off and maybe not have a touchdown or one touchdown. But now he's being very consistent. If my assumption is correct from what I've seen, and that bodes well. Surprisingly, LaShawn McCoy hasn't been playing too well, but yet Crusher's still scoring. So still got some good depth there for Crusher, and look like they're going to be in the mix throughout the season, and which we thought he would. Now, one of the other big surprises has been Superfly. I thought Superfly had some weapons, but remember there was some ifs. He was on that ifs list from the commission's analysis, to where it was like, can Matt Ryan bounce back now that Julio and Roddy White were back? Looks good. DeMarco Murray, had always shown some promise, but would they run the ball enough, and would he stay healthy? Both things are happening right now. They're running the ball and he's staying healthy. So that's been helping out Crusher a lot as well. And then James Jones, Victor Cruz, the supporting cast players have been up and down, but like I said, you got enough weapons with Ryan and DeMarco Murray right now to carry that team, and then have the supporting people kick in, and that's why Superfly right now is number 2 in scoring in the entire league, even though being 1 and 2. Bomb Squad at 1 and 2, 170 points. Got a tough road to hoe in that division, so Bomb Squad needs to pick it up, needs to get Cam playing maybe a little bit higher level. Julio's playing well, Julio Jones, but needs some help from some of these other players to kickstart that team and get into the playoff run for its record, and obviously get into the playoff run in regard to scoring more points. And then at 0-3, Clyde is just 0-3, 115 points. Like the Gangsters, not starting off well. Got a lot of work to do. Some major turnarounds are needed there. Tony Romo's not playing that well as far as fantasy goes, and there's just not too many other weapons on that squad right now for Clyde. So they got some work to do. So that's where we are right now, fellas, and off to a good start. And we'll see how it goes in the next week. And have a good weekend. Have a good Sunday in week 4. Peace.